Welcome back to Eccentric Minds podcast. Today's episode, we'll be talking about music. So, guys, the first question is, what makes an album a classic?
Wow.
Let's kick off. Ed, go on.
Yeah, for me, an album is a classic when looking back at it, you realize, say an album came out and then a few years pass and then looking back at it, you realize that when it came out, it was different from any other album that was released at that time in terms of maybe, lyrics, musically or delivery or anything. Like, say, it set off some kind of trend or something. When you're able to clock that in an album and you're like, wow, this really changed the game for like the next coming years. Then that's when it's a classic. Or if it has like replay value, if it's an album where you can listen to over and over again without barely skipping any tracks, then that's a classic, man. Yeah. And also it depends on what the majority thinks. If the majority says it's a classic, then I guess it's a classic, innit? I guess. But ultimately depends on what you feel. Innit? Yeah.
So you have to form your own opinion. Is it a classic to you?
Yeah.
Maybe a classic to everyone, but is it a classic to you?
Exactly. Ultimately depends on what you think.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dan?
What about you? I also feel like what makes an album a classic is when you learn something from it. Mm-hmm. So I'll just use rap albums as an example. So obviously you got different types of rap albums. Sometimes you can listen to an album and the music might sound good, but you're not really taking anything from it. It just sounds generic and it just sounds basic. I feel like albums that you can learn something from, I'll give you an example. So you might know my favorite rapper is Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
My favorite album from him is Good Kid, Mad City. I feel like I learned something from that. And to this day, it's still one of my favorite albums, even though it's come out maybe
2012.
Yeah, 2012, 9 years ago. Mm-hmm. So I just feel like that's also an important aspect when you learn something from the album.
What did you learn from that album?
What I learned from that album was, well, obviously it's an album about him and his life in Compton, innit? So what I learned from that is, obviously you learn about what he went through as a young man, going through like gang life or whatever. And I think that it's hard for me to explain in it, because unless you've heard it, then I don't really know how to explain it. But it's like there's lyrics in his songs that sometimes you can relate to it. It's not necessarily, even though it's about his life and how he grew up, the words that he says, sometimes you can relate to it, because it's like, it's more than just about him.
Okay.
It's more like he's using his experience to teach others in a way.
I hear that.
You know what I mean? So that's just one example anyway. But yeah, I just feel like learning something from an album is another important aspect. Whether it's production, whether it's lyricism, it could be anything. But yeah.
Yeah, I think what makes an album a classic, in my opinion, is just slightly touching on Ed's point. You sort of talked about growth. So in terms of like new delivery, for example, it's just where I think growth has a part to play. So you can give it like subcategories. You can talk about the production, lyricism, content, just basically what your lyrics are about, subjects that you talk about, and just how it's just mastered together as well. That has a part to play, rather than just, okay, next track done, next track. Like, I don't know, you could have like a sick intro, for example.
So you mean the way
It's structured.
it's structured? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
That can play a part. that can play a part as to why an album should be a classic.
Yeah, facts. I think it's definitely important the way it's structured, because if it's telling a story, especially,
Yeah.
it needs to be structured properly.
Yeah, and content has a part to play.
Oh, 100.
Because especially for those that like lyrics, that listen to actually absorb the lyrics and digest it, that has a part to play. So, yeah. Oh yeah, just to finish off, like, because you can look at any artist and their work from when they started, so when they're big now, you can actually see the growth and how far they've come. You know, you can see that back then, well, for some anyway, you see that they were in a different headspace then, but then it's like they've matured now. They probably see life in a different perspective.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all from me.
I agree with all your points, by the way. But I feel like what makes an album a classic is when like the rapper speaks about things that's actually happened or controversial things that's happened in the current time. Like one of my favorite rappers is like, for example, like 50 Cent and his albums.
Right.
Like all he does is talk about things that's actually happened, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like people can connect, people can like relate to the things that they're saying. So that's what I feel like makes the album a classic. But yeah, no, I do agree with all your points though.
I agree with that as well.
That's the thing. That's what, well, I'll say real people actually have people that listen to music properly. That's what we want. We want stuff that we can relate to.
Exactly.
You know, for example, someone like myself, I can't relate. I mean, it's nice to talk about money and all,
Yeah.
but I can't entirely relate to, I don't know, me driving a Lambo or
When rappers
having
just talk
a
about
fat
fucking
chain.
bitches and shit like that.
Yeah.
But for some reason, that's the type of music that most people today listen to.
It's
You know,
crazy,
they can't
though,
even
yeah.
relate to it. You're broke. You're like, you make no money, but that's what you wanna, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's true.
There's nothing wrong with that kind of music. I listen to it every now and then, but
Yeah.
come on, man.
Don't base your life on that.
For
Yeah,
real,
yeah,
for real, you know?
But like, not to dive off subjects, but yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know what's you man's like favorite types of albums. So like for me, for example, I love an album that tells a story. Like you said,
Storytelling. Yeah.
I love storytelling albums.
I love
Me too.
I love a good storytelling album too, man.
I feel like it sets that basically if you have a storytelling album, it sets you apart from all the rest of
Yes.
For real.
You
It's
know
like
what I
putting a film on a soundtrack.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like a visual on the, but it's just sonic. Like it's just
Indeed.
sounds.
Literally, bro. And
It's
puts you in,
amazing.
it can put you. It has the power to like affect your emotions and affect your headspace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can put you in a completely different scenario. Like you could be sitting in your room, whatever, but your head's completely somewhere else.
For real.
Yeah.
Like you're engaged. They are engaged as you listen to them.
Exactly. Just from
Yes.
listening to that music.
Storytelling isn't like where as you said, well, as I said before, like the rapper, you can relate to the rapper and like he speaks about his past, like
Yeah.
that type of story.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
Sorry to cut you, Anthony. Or you can literally make up a good one.
a
Just
good
like,
story.
Yeah, it's not like, for example, films. For example, you don't need to write every film that's based on a true story. You can literally make up
Exactly.
a good one. Same thing goes for a musician.
Yeah, and that's the thing with music is there's just this misconception that everything that's said on a record, it's meant to be your real life. But a lot of the time, these rappers are characters in themselves, like in the album. Like
Yeah.
it's not really what they live. Like when they say, "Oh, shoot a man down," it's not really them. They're telling a story. It's a fictional thing, innit?
Yeah.
But I think also rappers should do a better job at making that known. They should, what I'm saying, they should make it known to the public, because the majority of the people don't know that they're just characters.
Yeah.
They think that that's real life. And that's why there's this stigma against rappers that
Like,
that it's violent and all of this. But
yeah.
movies is literally the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But with movies, the audience knows that it's fictional. They know it's not real life. But with music, they think it's real life. And
Yeah.
half of the time it's not. Some of it is real life, but most of the time it's not.
Yeah, it's like blurred lines, really, because like you said, sometimes it's a truth and sometimes it's completely fake. It's all about, I think sometimes they can They make things up in their music
Yeah.
because it's what people want to hear.
Facts.
You know?
And it's what sells and shit.
You know?
Yes.
But that takes away, like, how do I explain it? It takes away like the true essence from the music. It takes away the pureness, the realness.
The authenticity,
Yes.
man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Real talk.
Was it Lowski that put like the UK rappers on blast, and he was like, most of these man, they're not about that life. Was it Lowski?
It's not
It
Gigs.
was Lowski. No, it was Lowski.
Giggs might have said it as well.
because Giggs said, Giggs went on the ZZ Meal show. He said, that obviously most of these guys that rap about X, Y, and Z, they're actually not living it. But yes, yeah.
Oh, that was Lowski
Yeah.
that went on ZZ.
Actually, no. Yeah, it was Lowski that went on ZZ. I think what I
Giggs
was...
might have said it, no?
What,
Yeah,
I was, no,
probably.
what I was getting that mixed up with was a Giggs rant about self-snitching. The rappers self-snitching
Oh,
on
yeah.
themselves.
That's just ridiculous. They'll
Yeah.
record themselves doing a mad thing. Or
It's mad. It's mad.
Yeah, man. But yeah,
But while we're in that topic, yeah, what's you guys' favorite rappers and albums and why? Like, yeah, oh my bad.
don't worry. it's
But
cool,
yeah,
though.
you already said it was 50 Cent, innit?
nah, he's one of my favorite
One?
rappers.
Okay.
Yeah, one of my favorite. But if I was gonna say my favorite rapper, it's always gonna be Eminem.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
Eminem, he can talk so much shit in his music, but it's
Yeah.
catchy. Like you can vibes to it. Sometimes he speaks about truth, like a song called "Toy Soldiers." I don't know if you might know about that.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that was a deep one. Like, but I could connect to it. Like it's not always about talking shit. But Eminem, I don't know, man.
Like,
Hey,
talking
bro,
shit
I've
is
got a
a-
question, yeah? You see Eminem, sorry to cut you off, but you see Eminem today versus back then. What do you like, is he still your favorite rapper? Because, all right, let me say something. Like, you man know Lippy, innit?
Yeah, lecture.
He,
yeah.
I think 2 days ago or yesterday, he posted a clip of Eminem's during his cypher, like from recent years or something.
Right.
And the caption said something like, "Oh, and people are telling me that I don't rate Eminem because he's white." Basically, he's trying to say that he doesn't rate Eminem because he's just shit, not because he's white, innit? But I see what he's saying, as in Eminem has kind of lost his touch, like right now, innit? I don't think he's as for me, like post 2009, he kind of went downhill, in my opinion. Before that, I was a huge fan. I still respect him and everything he's done for the culture and everything. But today, man, I don't know, man. This stuff ain't for me.
In terms of your question, alright, cool. I feel like he was better back then compared to now, because I feel like now he's, no offense to him, but he's kind of gone soft and stuff like that. He's not as hype as he was back in the day. But you could say the same for like most rappers. Like they always lose their touch as they get older.
That's true.
Because it's like the hunger is gone. Like they're comfortable where they are, so they're not really gonna put as much effort into the music as they were doing before.
Touch upon that. I can say that for Gigs, to be frank.
Yes, that's a good example.
This is just my opinion anyway, but I feel he's become lyrically lazy. He's not really saying much anymore. As in comparison to if I listen to a track from either Walk in the Park or Let Him Have It, I can actually get more content listening to his old stuff rather than like his latest songs, because it's like one or two words are literally thrown in. To be frank, and it will still slap, but it's like we want more.
It's
Do you
not-
understand?
yeah.
In the flow, it seems to be it's always the same now.
Yeah, that whole whipping excursion flow.
Yeah, kind of that kind of flow, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just say with Eminem, I feel like part of the reason why his music isn't as good today as it was back then is because he sort of matured in a way.
That too,
Yeah,
I think
you
so.
know.
You can't be Slim Shady today.
Nah,
You
Slim
can't be
Shady-
You can't be that.
That
Yeah.
plays a part. Yeah.
Because when you said, I don't know if you said, did Lippy actually say he was shit? Or
No,
was
but
that-
he in his caption he kind of insinuated it. He said
Basically,
and he basically said, and people are telling me in caps that I don't like Eminem because he's white.
I'm basically saying that's not the only point.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
But if he's trying to say he's shit, that's not the right way
No,
to.
yeah, he's not. He didn't say he's shit. He didn't
Yeah,
say
yeah,
he's shit.
yeah. Yeah, he probably didn't. But anyway, like I said, I feel like it's because he's matured in a way, and it's it's not gonna bang the same way it did back in the day, because
Of course not.
obviously he's older now.
Yeah.
Man can still rap like he can rap like nobody else in it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, someone like him and also someone like Giggs, they've sort of earned their status
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if they were whatever music they're making now, whether you like it or not,
Yeah.
You can't deny the fact that
they've done their thing.
Just respect them.
they're basically
You know
like in
what
the
I
Hall
mean?
of Fame.
Yeah.
You know what I
basically.
mean?
Yeah.
They've still got that respect regardless.
Yeah.
So whether you like their music now or not, the respect still stays the same, and the status still stays the same in a way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
What about you, man? What's your favorite rapper?
My favorite rapper, 50 Cent.
50 Cent.
Definitely. And favorite album, obviously Get Rich or Die Trying. I love it because
That was a good one.
First of all, that's the album that got me into rapping, innit? First time I heard it, I started writing they were rubbish, innit? My first lyrics were a bit rubbish, innit? But it just had me getting that pen and paper. I just started writing because I was like, wow, I was just so, like, I was so into this guy. I was like, yo, this guy is spitting some real stuff, like. And at the time, I was 6 years old, so I didn't even get all of the lyrics. I didn't even get what some of the things meant. But I just liked the beats, the way he flowed. And as I grew and I kept on listening to the song, that's what I meant by replay value. Like, that album, I can listen to it from start to finish. And the more I listen to it, the more I catch on into certain things that he said. And I'm like, wow, so that's what it meant. And wow, it's just, that's my guy, man. He came, he blew, like fully blew.
Proper.
He had the album, he went, that album went diamond, fam. Like, he went diamond, bro.
He done well.
From that, he had a video game, water deal. No rapper ever done that, clothing deals, all of that. Like, he had so much. So, and another favorite rapper I'd say that I really like in the album is DMX. It's
DMX.
dark and hell is hot. That's one of my favorite albums as well.
Yeah.
Because of the storytelling. Illmatic, Nas, storytelling top notch. I think he actually kind of popularized this whole storytelling thing. Him and Biggie, Ready to Die. That's another sick album by Biggie.
Classic.
In my opinion. I'm pretty sure I'm missing someone, but that's basically my favorite artist and rappers.
When 50 Cent came into the picture, I feel like it was just a new era.
It literally was.
Like, okay, you got the Tupac and Biggie era, and then now it's, well, not now, but back then it was just like 50 Cent was like the king.
Yeah.
He says king of New York and stuff like that.
York,
Favorite artist is, like I said before, Kendrick Lamar, innit? That's my favorite rapper. But favorite album, I don't think I have a favorite album. I think I have favorite albums.
Yeah.
So I can name some of my favorite ones. Like, obviously I said Good Kid, Mad City. That's one. Another one I love is from Kanye West, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
That's a good one.
That's
a good one.
That's one of my favorite albums. Purely just because of the production on it. Like, the way it sounds is just it's mad, innit? Who else can I say? I don't know, it's a tough one, innit? Because if I'm talking about favorite artists, I could name my favorite artists from now. I could name my favorite artists from back in the day. I could name my favorite UK artists.
It's too many.
Yeah, it's literally so many.
Same.
You know what I mean? But favorite albums, I love, you said Illmatic from Nas. That's one of my favorite. That's my favorite album from the 90s, hands down. But yeah, the list is so long. Like, if I start talking about my favorite albums now, it's just, I'll take up all your time, innit? But I can talk about some of my favorite UK artists as well. Like, I've got Gets, Kano, Dave, Skepta. Those are probably, them four are probably my favorite ones from the UK.
Yeah.
But yeah, the list is so diverse, and because when I listen to music, I'm quite a diverse person. So it doesn't even necessarily need to be raps. It doesn't even necessarily need to be rap in it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be R&B or whatever. Like, another artist I like is Janae Aiko. And yeah, she's usually for the female listeners, in it. But when I listen to her, like, her music is it's just so different from what you usually hear.
Yeah.
That I can listen to it and not feel any type of way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Really.
Sorry, to add about the, you're right. It doesn't have to be just rap, because I got fixated on the fact that we're just talking about rap, but it's true. Like, for example, R&B, my favorite singer of all time when it comes to R&B is Mary J. Blige, isn't it?
Yeah.
She's just a legend. Like, her albums are something else. Yeah, it's very relatable. Even though, like you said, her songs are like for mainly female listeners, but a man could relate to it as well, because she talks about like life struggles and things like that. But she does it in such a way where you can dance to it at the same time, even though she's talking about depressive stuff. Like, it's just amazing. Like, and also I forgot another favorite rapper of mine is Meek Mill, and my favorite album from him is Championships.
Oh,
I just love the concept of that album. Literally, it's like that underdog kind of you know thing. I just love it. I just love that album.
What about you, Robert? Who's your favorite rapper and favorite album?
Before you come to me, I just wanted to touch on Ed's Meek Mill. Like, I was with an uncle of mine in Sierra Leone last year, and he said a lot of people across Africa listen to Meek Mill. I was stunned, but then it made sense, because like obviously a lot of people can relate to like the struggle, that hustle mentality, and I said, wow, yeah, it's true, because I even have peers or like yourself, and I've like another one that listens to Meek Mill as well.
Yeah.
And he's really about that drive, that hunger.
Yeah, like
to,
it's music that you can bang in the gym as well.
Yeah.
Just love it.
Yeah. My favorite artist, yeah? You guys are
ready for this one? Uncle, talk your stuff, man. We're ready.
My favorite artist is Skepta. I'm very broad in my genres, but I'm mainly a grime head. I love Skepta. My favorite album from him, this one's a mixtape, but I'll call it an album. I'll say it's Blacklisted.
Yeah.
Because that's what made me a fan of him anyway. What made me call it an album, listening to that for the first time, I was listening to that with my boy, was the content. The production was A1. It didn't sound like, because it didn't sound like a mixtape production, because in my opinion, mixtape production is like, it sounds very light. It sounds very cheap.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
Do you get where I'm coming from? Like, it sounds very cheap, but everything sounded organic. From that whole album is like he had his own sound that I've never heard before, and it was sounds that he produced, majority of it.
Is he a producer as well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're asking me. Gee, I can school you. But yeah, like, he's an awesome producer as well, and he's just sick. He's absolutely talented. He's more of a story, real life guy. And from listening to that album, because I knew Skepta from Commercial, when he dropped Rescue Me on TV, I was like, rah, this guy's hard. But them times I wasn't really into the whole lyricism. I was just wanted to catch a vibe sort of guy. But from listening to that album, Blacklisted, and listening to him, it made me fall in love with listening to lyrics.
Yeah.
Like, it made me fall in love with actually being hungry as to what I want here. Take two. What I want to hear people say. I want to actually hear people say stuff. I just don't want to catch a vibe. He was actually saying some intelligent stuff on that record. He was giving us like an insight to Skepta outside of the telly, to actually where he came from, why he does this, like his mindset, his world sort of thing. And the whole underdog psychosis thing was about not thinking you can make something of yourself because of the area you grew up in, and just not letting your surroundings define you. And actually you can actually make something of yourself. And furthermore, like, just obviously after listening to the album, I went back to it. Made me listen to his old stuff as well. Like, I just really grew a like in him from there. Like, you can ask any one of my peers. I'm crazy about this guy, bruv. I've already been to 2 of his concerts, but yeah. But the guy, till this day, he's awesome. Like, Blacklisted. The reason, like I said, the reason why that's my favorite album is because of the story. That's like the first time I've ever listened to something so raw, and actually I tapped into his perspective of where he came from in his life, and from where he came from in his life. But yeah, it's cool, don't worry. But outside of that, outside of him, obviously he opened the door for me to listen to people like obviously the rest of BBK, Temper T, Lethal Bizzle,
Yeah, Lethal.
yeah, Lethal's tough, man, and many more. Gets. I started listening to Gets. Started listening to Chip properly, and and DEE and Kano,
Okay, no.
and yeah, man. But outside of that, I listen to R&B as well. But you see me, I'm a very UK based guy.
Yeah.
I've started to tap into US a little bit, but in the UK, I listen to Angel. He's my favorite R&B artist.
Yeah, R&B is not really strong in the UK.
That's
man.
the thing.
That's the problem, man.
That's the thing. Like,
That's true.
and sometimes I listen to drum and bass. Like I listen to a bit of Sigma. And I listen to just a lot of rap as well. Indeed.
Do you man feel that, female rappers in the UK don't get as much love as the men? Obviously in the US is a bit different, but do you think UK is still a bit behind a little bit? Because I'd say some female rappers are definitely better than some of the men.
A lot of the men.
Yeah.
I feel like.
And it's like, why can't they get that push like the rest of the guys? Because I don't think hip hop is seen as a male dominate. I mean, yeah, it's male dominated, but I don't think it's just for males. There's females that literally go in, like, so why can't they get the same push as the guys?
I feel like females in hip hop, if they sound a certain way, then they blow.
A certain way,
like for example, Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B.
But I'm talking like maybe UK.
You're talking about UK.
Oh, you're talking about UK.
Yeah. Because in America, they blow over there. But in the UK, it's even if they do the sexual shit, they still don't blow as much. Like they won't get as popular as a Megan or Cardi or something. I can't name one.
One female that's just up there.
Yeah, fam. That's from the UK and it's a rapper.
I mean, if you're counting Steph
I
London.
like Steph London, yeah. Like I like her.
Yeah, she was kind of going the Nicki Minaj route a little bit, yeah. But is she really up there though? She had like one banging international tune with French Montana, and
Nah, I don't think so.
What other one is there?
I feel like Ivor and Doe is trying to go the Nicki Minaj route.
But she's on her own she's on her own thing with this drill thing.
You think so?
Yes.
yeah.
I don't listen to her heavily.
I don't even.
I don't listen to her at all.
Yeah, I don't listen to her like that. But with this drill thing, I think she's trying to do her own thing.
But there's other rappers doing the drill thing though as well. That are girls, yeah.
True,
That's
but
bad.
then the thing is, that's the thing. I'm not really seeing so many.
Yeah, because they don't blow, but they're there, fam.
I can't lie, when females do drill, like, it's kind of like cringe.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't
Still,
feel like
it's cringe.
they're not
bro. I'm
about that
gonna lie.
life. Like, they'll talk about doing all
Do
this and
hip hop.
that.
That's wavy, man.
No, but then I think that's sick though. I disagree with you, man. I think that's sick. I just like to see I like to see women try different things.
But isn't that?
But that's kind of fake. Sorry, it's kind of fake. Like, how can you respect people that rap about stuff they're not about?
Bro, like, the thing is, I don't listen to too much female drill anyway, but they don't rap about crud like that, for example.
Female drill.
Drill, yeah.
So what do they rap about?
What they rap about?
I don't know. But you see, the thing is, I don't listen to them consciously. I don't know if I hear it, then it just goes over my head. But I don't really catch it.
No, trust me, they talk crud, bro.
Really?
So what do you hear when they rap in females?
I don't know.
Sex, bro.
I think it's about sex.
Sex,
and it's not because you said it, but I wanted to say that, but I thought I was a bit in doubt.
No, but it's true though. I mean, you hear it in a lot of
Sexual
them
stuff.
music. That's usually what it is. I mean, most of the because I don't listen to it like that, innit? So I don't want to start speaking for them like, oh, that's what they rap about, or whatever.
Yeah.
But what I've heard, that's
But
what they rap about.
He said he disagrees. You said you disagree. So
No,
if it's not
that's-
chinging up ops
Yeah.
or something sexual,
Yeah,
what
that's
is it
crud.
you
The
find?
crud talk.
So what do you find, like, what has your interest in UK drill, like with females anyway?
I didn't say I was interested in.
No, yeah, he says he passively listens to it. He doesn't even get the
I
lyrics.
don't catch.
So
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I wouldn't even go out my way to go and listen to that. That's if I like hear it somewhere
Mm.
or from someone else. Then yeah.
Yeah, me personally, I couldn't do that. I'm not a passive listener. Like when I listen to music, I analyze it down to the stems and the violins and the instruments. And
Yes.
I do that still.
Trust me, you know.
Yeah, man.
Which ones do you guys prefer? Old school versus new school?
Old school, 100%.
Old school.
100%.
What about you guys? New school?
I'm kind of 50-50
Yeah.
because I've got people that I love from the old school and people that I love from the new school, innit? You know, I feel like the new school gets like a bad reputation because of what sells the most. But if you look within it, you've got people that, you know, that would even relate to the old school music in a way. But I just feel like it gets a bad rep just because of literally the way today's society is. But I feel you guys on the old school thing, innit? But I'm not entirely sure. I would say old school is so much more better than new school. Like, what makes you think old school is so much better than new school?
Well, Daniel,
Just
the fact
tell
that
me
you said
innit?
Miles,
50-50,
fam.
I'm already gonna say no because I don't rate new music at all. Because I just feel like it's just a bunch of mumble rappers, as I said before, that talk about stuff they're not about. Old school, it had more deeper meaning. They were saying, obviously, everyone's story tells in it, but I feel like it was just more deeper. Like it had more meaning to it back in the old school days. New school, it's just it's all about, as I said, passive listening.
Yeah,
You know
Bro,
what I mean?
this is what
Like,
I'm saying though, because new school is not just completely that.
But mostly,
That's
most of them.
is it really mostly though, or
Like,
is it
touch
just
it-
what you see?
like touching to your point,
Yeah.
it's true. Like today, even just look at society, forget the artists, listeners, they don't like to deep lyrics anymore. They like to just have fun. They
Real
just want to
talk.
party.
They just want the
So-
vibe, bro.
So they just listen to a song like passively. They don't
Just to
deep
catch a vibe.
passive listeners. How can you call yourself a music fan and you listen to music passively? That's why with some people I don't even chat to them about music because just judging by the artist that you're telling me, I'm like, I don't even want to chat to you.
Yeah,
anymore.
them-
But not everyone's like that though.
A lot of people
No,
are,
it's
fam.
not
I'm saying
everyone,
it's
but a lot of
large
them.
mass of people, bro.
They just want to have
Right,
fun.
I mean, yeah, I
They
get what
don't
you mean.
deep
I get what you
lyrics
mean.
like
Obviously,
that,
there's
man.
people like that. I'm not saying there's no one like that.
Yeah.
But I hear what you're saying.
But you know, I'm trying to say, like, sometimes I just feel like people hate on the new school because of, like I said, what sells, what's popular. But there's some really good gems within that
Okay, yeah.
that
I
get
get that.
overlooked.
There's still underground hip hop artists that are releasing music today from this generation that make deep.
You know what I
songs.
mean?
There are,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's true. They're not popping though, because again, it's down to society. They just want to listen to, lean popping pills and
nonsense.
sex. It's just long, fam.
I get what you mean. I
Like,
get what
Even
you
in
mean.
America, and I love American rap, yeah, but the stuff that American artists are coming out with today is rubbish. Like the mainstream, like
Yes.
it's always the same shit, and they sound retarded. It's like they can't even speak English anymore. Like they sound like, bro, come on, man.
Yeah, I was even telling you earlier that I don't even like music from the States as much as I used to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I agree with that.
I hear you on that still.
So I understand where you guys are coming from, innit? I understand where you guys are coming from and why you say old school is so much better than new school. But all I'm trying to say is that I just feel like so there's like a certain depiction that you have on new school because of just the way it is in today's society that makes you think, oh, it's so shit. But
yeah.
I hear that.
within that, like, there's some real good artists within it, and I just feel it's a bit unfair to just call it shit just because of what you see. You know what I mean?
It's just meaningless
that's
to me.
fair.
I like the soul. There's no soul in it, man. It's
Yeah.
gone. Like the beats
fam,
are plain.
very
and
empty.
There's no
Nah,
the
it
voices
all-
are
it
monotone. It's just It's,
It all depends on who you
hurtful,
listen
man.
to, bro. It all depends on who you listen to.
In this day and age, it's not even about who's talented anymore. It's about numbers. You know, it's like a freaking popularity contest.
100.
You know, that, it pisses me as someone that's not a passive listener. It pisses me off because people actually work hard at their crafts and they deserve to blow. With new school, I listen to underground stuff because, like I said, they're talented. I don't really rock with the mainstream shit.
Exactly. That's basically what I was trying to say. Innit?
Especially,
Yeah, and I hear what you lot are saying because let's be honest, we don't want to. No one wants to listen to lyrical, 100%
trying to
deep songs
digest.
every time. Sometimes you just want to have fun, and
Oh,
so I'm with that. I'm with the vibes. When I'm in clubs, I used to jam to Drake or whatever.
100.
All these people, but I'm saying it's too mainstream now, where the lyrical and deep stuff is kind of at the back right now. It's like not. When
not at the
that
forefront.
should be really at the forefront, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But it's not
And
because of those kind of songs.
Yeah, and like with mainstream music, you're pushing it to the general public.
Facts.
Like, look at the artists. Okay, UK not so much, but I can speak for America. Look at someone like Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. That's actually pushed out there now. That you have flipping youths that are listening to this. Girls,
2-year-olds, bro.
girls and boys, obviously specifically more at the girls, they're listening to this. Actually, no, fuck it. It'll go both ways. They're listening to it, and you may say, "Oh, it's only music," but it really goes deeper than that, man. Back then, the stuff that was pushed out was really more meaningful. It actually had substance to what it had to say.
Yeah.
But nowadays, people are really talking about like the devaluing things and just lack of substantial things and materialism. I don't know. They're not really chatting about the real meaning of things in life.
And most importantly, devaluing their bodies.
Yes.
As women.
Bro.
Women, your body should be a sacred thing.
Yeah.
But they're making it a popular thing through music. And music is powerful,
Yeah.
It's going to influence certain people.
And
I'm pretty sure music has influenced certain people to like do OnlyFans and shit like that.
Yes.
Not entirely, but I'd say, because when you listen to Cardi B,
Majority.
you get, as a female, I assume that you get gassed. You feel like you're the baddest bitch on earth.
Yeah.
So you feel like taking half naked pictures and putting them on
Yes.
OnlyFans and shit like that. And to me, this may sound mad, but to me, that's a new form of prostitution.
Well,
Kind
that's
of
what I'm
because-
saying.
Of course it is.
Because
Yeah.
you're paying people. I mean, people are paying you to see
Body.
your
your
privates
body,
and
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
That's basically prostitution. I'm
In
sorry.
a sense, yeah.
People like Cardi B and like Megan Thee Stallion, cool. Okay, I rate their hustle. I'm not gonna knock no one's hustle. Like, she had to do a thing to get up in the music industry.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're poisoning so many minds. Like, as you said, you got like 2-3-year-olds listening to their music. Like,
100%.
I feel like it's disgusting. As I said, I'm not knocking no one's hustle in it, but
trust each their own. But
I listen to some
it's
of them.
it's
Cool.
painful for me to watch people, and the thing is, people try to justify it. I'll say with the woman, they try to justify it.
They fight for it, bro.
They justify
They
the
go to war
nonsense.
with you over those
Bro.
things. It's mad.
I mean, I don't know anyone for listening to them.
I don't
but
know why they
you
try to
can't-
justify it. So
You can't
much, because
justify
it's
it.
like,
It's clear.
is it by
So
force,
true.
bro?
It's clear what they're trying to push out. Like, I don't know.
that's why I say old school. Always over new
You
school.
didn't have to worry about none of this with old school, fam.
Just what I'm saying.
Kids were staying in their lane, playing outside, doing whatever.
Gee,
the grown-ups were
everything
listening
was
to
so
the...
organic.
You know what I'm
back then.
saying? Well, with new school, it came and messed everything up, bro.
Trash. How is your just agenda just to push pussy talk, pussy talk, pussy talk, pussy
Every
talk?
day, pussy this, pussy that,
Like,
pussy that. But
it's
you still want
dead.
men to
It's so
respect you. Come on.
Draining. Like,
You know who kind of started that? Look, she's an old school rapper, but Little Kim.
Yeah.
That's
she
what I
kinda
was gonna
started
say.
it, like-
She's the pioneer. I'm not gonna lie.
I was about to say, old school's not perfect, you know.
I
I
know.
know,
Okay,
it's
fair.
not-
fair.
it's not-
No, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Fam, I'm just
No,
saying.
that's
like,
actually a good point. That's a good point. Lil
Yeah.
Kim kind of started it. I can't even
Yeah.
If
lie.
it wasn't for Little Kim, there would be no Nicki Minaj.
It's
and
facts.
Megan Thee
It's
Stallion.
fact. I can't even argue with that. It's true. She started it.
Word.
How do you
But
guys?
I don't know. I just can't. I love Lil Kim is wavy though.
Nah, yeah, that's what I'm
Of course,
saying.
Lil' Kim-
I'm saying she's wavy though.
Lil' Kim
like-
is wavy, but you could say Nicki Minaj is wavy. You
She
could,
is. She is
exactly.
though. She is.
But she not new school.
Kind of
Yeah,
is.
but that's what I'm saying. I'm not totally against new school, but
Yeah.
like, it's like every year as time progresses, it gets worse and worse.
Okay,
Fam,
I-
Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion are much worse than what
Yeah,
Nicki Minaj
okay.
did.
Yeah, I
and
get
she's
what you're
new
saying.
school as well.
I get what you're
They're
saying.
all new school, but Cardi B and Megan, they came after Nicki, and
Yeah.
they took it to a whole different level. They were much worse.
Like what? The song what?
Yeah, they made it
Shit
much
song,
worse.
man.
Dead song. Man.
Despise that song.
Yeah, same.
That song is trash, man.
Another example of a soulless
It's
song.
rubbish.
Like there's no soul in
Empty.
it. Empty. Just some stupid sample in the background and just some dead.
When it came out, you know what? I told my girl that this is gonna die out quickly. Do you see anyone listening to that shit anymore? Unless it's on TikTok or
Unless-
some
Yeah,
shit.
exactly.
Gee,
Yeah.
No replay value. It's dead.
Exactly.
no, it did. Wait, what do you mean? So wait, when you say replay value, oh, that's like the person replaying it. 'Cause I'm thinking about radio.
No, yeah, not radio.
Even
Like
both,
as
really.
a radio, I'm sure that it gets like
Oh, yeah.
because there's some politics behind that for sure. But as an individual, it's not a type of song that you listen to every day. It's boring, bro. It's a boring song for me. Like,
It's dead.
How do you guys compare like production from old school to new school? Because I feel like new school.
it's improved.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. It's improved.
New sounds, like obviously you're not going to use sounds from, I don't know, yesterday. You wouldn't always use them in your new album, for example, or a new track. But you can use it like every few, I don't know, 2 or 3.
Yeah,
So you can get a bit of nostalgia
exactly.
from it. To think, rah, like this is bringing some old school vibes. I don't know, like garage, for example. Nowadays they're making
Skepta
garage.
did it on this album.
Yes.
Also with the J Hus song, I forgot what it's called.
What do you mean?
Idi, I mean.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
You
you
gave me
know,
the
that
50
was like a
the 50
Dr.
Cent.
Dre kind of 50 Cent kind
Yeah,
of.
Yeah,
yeah.
the 50
You know
Cent.
what
If
I'm
I can't, that's
yeah,
what it literally. That's
kind of
literally what came
it's
into
that
my
kind
head.
of beat, and it bangs though. I like that
slaps.
because it
slaps,
kind of it triggers that nostalgia, that reminiscent thing in your head, and it's calm.
Yeah, even a song like "Love Me Not," that
Yeah.
song it sampled a garage
Yeah.
sort of
I
sound.
think I know the song you're talking about.
Yeah, it samples Sophie Ellis Bextor's
Yeah.
"Murder on the Dance Floor."
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember.
Sick.
Yeah.
Skep, you're a bad man, bruv. but not. But yeah, and there's a song called "Same Old Story" as well. It brought back some some of like his 2007 album stuff. I was thinking,
Old
wow.
Skeppy.
Yeah, some old first time Skeppy. I was thinking, yeah.
Who's your favorite female rappers?
I said Rhapsody. If we're talking UK, Rob said it. Little Sims.
Lil Sims.
Lil Sim. Is it Lil Sims? Either
Little
one.
Sims.
Little Sims.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Still got me thinking. Like,
Bro, I think that's it, man.
I'd say like a trendsetter. Okay, not trendsetter, but someone's that's kind of different. Missy Elliott, innit? She's wavy.
I was literally about to say
Because
that.
I don't know why I always forget about her, but when I think about her, she was different.
She was the queen of hip hop.
She's different.
Always will be.
I like Queen Latifah as well.
Mm-hmm.
Who else do I like?
Raw rappers.
Yeah, like from the 90s. But I'm trying to think about some from today. I mean, Nicki Minaj, yeah, I like her.
She aight.
I like her.
She
When
aight.
she can spit. Megan Thee Stallion as well. She can spit, but
She just chat shit.
she chats shit.
Yeah.
I think because she wants to sell, so she makes some garbage music. But if she really wanted to, she could spit.
Yeah.
You know, so
All her songs
as
sound
well.
the same as well.
Yeah. And that yada yada yada, that song gets on my
Body,
nerves,
yada,
bro. I don't even know the name of that song, but it annoys me still.
Body,
Oh.
yadi, yadi, yadi.
Oh,
yeah.
that's the name of the song.
That's how it goes,
I don't
yeah.
like that song. But yeah, Megan, Lil Kim, obviously.
Yeah. What about Eve?
Oh, Eve
Eve
as
is
well.
gold.
Eve is nice.
Eve. I'm sure there's more, but I can't remember.
There's some cold ones, but in terms of like who I actually like listening to, it's the two that I told you. I can't. All the ones that you mentioned, I mean, Missy Elliott is another one actually, but all the other ones you mentioned, they're cold rappers, innit?
But you wouldn't
But
listen to their albums and stuff.
Yeah, they're
I
not
hear
the type that I'm going out my way to listen to.
No,
you know what
I hear
mean?
that.
Yeah.
I hear that.
What is you guys' preference? Record labels or independents?
Independent today.
He wants to go first. Ed?
Yeah, independent definitely today.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it hurts me even to say this because my dream was to work in a record label or something, but I feel like record label are kind of becoming useless today. They're only useful for, I'd say, marketing because they got P, so they can promote you well if you're an artist and you're signed to them. But even some artists that are signed don't even get that because sometimes record labels like to prioritize other artists that are making them more money. So you kind of be put on the shelves. You'll be signed, but you're not really doing anything. And that's how artists eventually get dropped from labels, innit? But independent, you know, it's harder. The process is longer to get out there, but eventually you make all the money to yourself. You don't have to
Yes.
share with the label
No
or anything.
cuts.
And more time, the label makes take more of your money. You only get like 20% if you're lucky.
Yeah.
When they get 8%, it's literally mad, like the way the labels are set up. But obviously, there's some artists who are business minded that really went and negotiated their deals, like 50 Cent, Jay-Z, those people, Master P. They got 80% and the label got 20 because they were so smart with their business dealings. But the average rapper, they don't know what they're doing. They don't know the business side of music. That's why it's important to learn the business before you get into music industry.
Yeah, the education is really important.
Yeah.
Touching on what you said, I agree that nowadays it's better to be like solo, like doing your own thing. But back in the day, I feel like it was all about record labels.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
100.
I've seen the change. Go on, sorry.
Like Death Row Records.
Yeah.
What other ones are there?
Illmatic.
Bad Boy Records.
Chronic was Chronic one?
No, that was on Death
The
Row.
Aftermath.
Oh, that was it.
Aftermath,
That was
yeah.
it. Sorry,
Sorry,
Aftermath.
that
Yeah,
Aftermath was still about, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still Kendrick is signed to that, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's still about Interscope, bare labels. Even Interscope is still around, but that's more like popish now.
Yeah.
And you know
Def
what?
Jam.
Def Jam.
Yeah.
I feel like that was one of the best ones.
Yeah,
Def
for
Jam
hip hop,
rappers.
that was definitely one of the best ones.
I'm for independence now. Before I came to understand a bit of how music worked, like the business side of it, obviously I didn't know about. I just thought, okay, you're just one time lucky, go, you blow, cool. But obviously I didn't know the business side. So before I came to actually study about what record labels are about, what really made me so ignorant to record labels was the fact that I educated myself on basically what happened to people like Michael Jackson, what happened to I don't know if the same thing happened to Whitney Houston, but many artists like Kesha, for example, their labels literally took advantage of them, and TLC,
TLC.
Yeah.
oh my god, like
Finessed them.
they literally got finessed left, right, and center, and with the labels taking a large cut, I was thinking, why can't you just have your own empire where you're getting all of your royalties?
That's the thing. It's hard, man.
It's tough, but it pays off because then you can look at someone like J. Cole as an example.
Oh yeah, Dreamville or whatever.
Dreamville, yeah.
Dreamville, yeah.
Like, I thought record labels just literally rip man off. And with independence, it's longer, but yes, you're getting all of your royalties. But the thing is, recently I came to understand with record labels, the purpose of them is for them to market your music, to get your music out there as much as possible. Now, because I just had a very negative perspective towards record labels, to think, oh, everyone that signed just sold their soul, which is not necessarily the case, because obviously there are people that are signed, but then they're just doing fairly good anyway. There are artists that are signed that are
Sorry,
just
to
doing.
touch on that,
Yeah.
You know, remember when we used to think that people used to say selling their soul to the devil. We used to think it was some
Illuminati.
Satan kind of shit, like satanic kind of shit.
Yeah.
But it's really selling your soul to the devil, as in the executives, because they're the devils. They take advantage of you.
Yeah.
And they, basically, you're signing away your life. Because, boy, once you're into these contracts and you don't know what you signed, you're finished for years before you can come out of it.
And the thing is, like, it's not the case for every record. I don't believe that's the case for every record.
Yeah,
label,
no.
because obviously some are legit, but that's why it's important to read the blueprint before you sign terms and conditions. That's another thing. You being independent as well. You're working on your own terms. Because most of these they tell you what to do.
Yeah, the creative control.
Yes,
that's dead when you're in a label.
Because it's not really you then, is it? I think someone touched upon when artists like sign or blow, when they sign to these labels, like they sort of lose their mojo.
Yeah.
They become different. Like they're not really themselves anymore.
That's what I'm saying. It's the label. That's why I rate Megan in that aspect. I'm like, when the label doesn't tell her what to do, she can spit, bro. But I reckon it's the label that's making her push these kind of dumb
Shit
songs out.
yeah.
Like, yeah, man.
Yeah, and that's another thing. because the label, they care about the P's really and
That's what I'm
truly.
saying.
about
That's
the
all
money.
they care about.
And it's about what the public wants. That's
Mhm.
just the reality.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're talking like mainstream labels, yeah. They're more about, okay, what does the public want? If the public wants to talk about drugs, heroin and shit, make that music. We're gonna push it out there. That's all I want you to talk about. I want you to talk about heroin. If they want to talk about sex, talk about sex. That's all I want. As long as I'm getting my cash, that's all that matters.
Another
Yes.
great thing about independence as well is that, like you said yourself, you're allowed to work on your own terms.
Yeah.
So you can sort of create a certain image of yourself that people see you as. And you can still get signed to a record label after that, after you've even blown. Like,
Yeah.
for example, with Getz just recently released his album.
Yeah.
That's his first, that's his debut album on a major record label. And he's
really?
like nearly 20 years in the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? It's like you can have your independence, blow, and become a great artist within that, and then still get signed to a record label after that.
I hear what you're saying.
And then that record label, whatever way they choose to market you, they're going to market you in a way that you've already been
Market it yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's true.
Exactly.
That's true. Yeah. They have no choice. They can't change you because people already know what kind of artist he is.
Yes.
Yeah. It's true.
That's a clever move.
Yeah, it is.
That's a clever
I hear
move.
that.
Wow. Do you guys prefer UK or US music? You want to kick off?
I mean, it's clear by what we've
from
been
what you
talking so
said.
far that I
Yeah.
prefer US really. And
Wait.
partly it's the reason because I'm not from the UK. I wasn't born here, and I was, I partially grew up in Italy as well, and most of this music that was played there was from the US. So that's what I grew up with. So I didn't have what you had, as in growing up with garage and all that kind of stuff. So that's why when you talk about it and listen to it, I'm like, I don't see what's the
really
hype.
relate like that.
I can't relate in it
Yeah.
because that's not what I grew up with.
Yeah.
So by the time I'm 14, 15, whatever, I already know what I like, and it's like that music stuff because that's what's been shown to me when I was young, innit?
Yeah.
So
And likewise as well. But then I see likewise to a certain extent because certain American songs were played on TV. So yeah.
With me personally, like, obviously US is kind of clear, like US music, and not just US, old school US music. Like the US music nowadays, I'm not really a big fan of it.
yeah,
Of course
Like,
not. Yeah.
But old school US music, R&B, that's my type of music.
Yeah.
So I'm with Team US.
Come on.
If we're talking nowadays, which one would you say is better, US or UK?
I'd go with UK.
That's a
rap, like
UK.
If you're talking rap, UK.
yeah, I would say
Nowadays.
UK right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, UK right now.
But I still don't fuck with it all the way.
Yeah.
But I can see why it's better. It's clearer, it's
Yeah.
hardly any mumble,
It's substance,
production is good. Yeah, substance as well.
Yeah.
So I fuck with it, man.
It's-
Yeah, I
more
can
than-
listen to UK music nowadays. Some, not a
Yeah.
lot, but
Yeah, not a lot, but
it's definitely better than US music now. Anyway, because all
Yeah.
they do is just chat rubbish.
But my
you know?
taste is literally it's diverse. I listen to everything, like
Yeah.
even outside of rap. Fam, I listen to a few country music in it.
I listen
this
to
sounds
country-
mad. It sounds
country,
mad, innit? But
rock.
What
You
country,
already know the kind of music I listen to. innit?
What country artists you listen to?
Like from the 70s and stuff. You man probably don't know them.
Don't-
innit?
I know
Used
that.
to-
Do you know Johnny Cash?
Oh,
Johnny Cash,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Like, I listen to
You know,
countries.
Yeah,
like,
country. It's
bro,
not all bad, Country,
Jesus,
it has a
man, that
stigma,
shit.
negative
Yeah.
stigma on it, but it's not bad. I listen to country, pop from the 60s, whatever.
Yeah,
like, remember
diverse.
that time I played Waterloo by accident in the car.
Oh,
like, fam, that's a banger to me. I don't care. ABBA, yeah,
Like,
bro.
what about
that's a
Dolly?
banger.
Do you check out Dolly Parton as well?
Oh, she's good as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my mum
she's
used to
country.
listen to
Yeah,
her. Yeah. Because it's my mum. How I knew of country is because of my mum. She listens
your
to
mum.
country every now and then.
yeah.
I'm
'Cause-
literally just like you. I can listen to any type of music.
anything.
As long as
And-
it floats my boat.
Yeah,
As long as it
and people
sounds
used to
good.
laugh at me for some of the music I listen to, but I don't care anymore. Like,
That's the thing,
bro, I love music.
Any
man.
type of-
I love
any
music.
type of
I love
music.
music.
Because like for me, it was bad. I was scared. Even going to school from like year 7, year 8, I used to be scared to literally put put my headphones in.
Oh, them
You,
one.
you know them ones, yeah, where
I
like
would
man
never
can,
play music when, like, if
with
it
the-
comes to country, I'll never play it out loud.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, like,
Turn
you
that
know-
volume down, fam.
you know them ones where you can like overhear the music that's being played in the headphones. So like for me to listen to Tinchy Strider, like I thought it was bad, fam, because everyone was listening to Gigs or Sneakboy back then.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to be hard, didn't it? Because I didn't want to be seen as moist and shit.
Yeah.
But now I just don't really give a toss.
Yeah, man. Music
That's
is
what I want.
music, man.
Do you think that there's influence? Do you think that music influences young people?
Yes.
Wait.
Yeah.
Good, bad, however.
So
I
an
don't know,
example would be like drill, and like
You can
does it have
start on
influence?
drill.
Me personally, I feel like it has a big influence on young people, mainly young black people in
Yeah.
nowadays age, especially in the UK. Like they'll rap about stabbing up, chefing man them up, doing this, getting not wrong with getting money and stuff, but they'll brag
Yeah.
about getting money and all that stuff,
Mm.
and it just kind of poisons people's mind.
Word, like you said, well, like I said earlier, but it does poison the youth.
Like, it might gas them up, then they may start rolling around with a knife, and then that's why you see that knife crimes are going up and stuff.
Yeah,
Like stabbings in London is very high.
it's very high. Like it does. Obviously, some of it. I'm not good. Obviously, when we're talking about something, we're not obviously generalizing everything, but some of it does have a part to play in inciting violence. Yeah, youths nowadays are just listening. They're thinking it's real life, especially in this digital age that we're living in. You know, everything's a facade. They actually think it's real life. They think it's cool. I don't know. Yeah, I just think it's cool to like go pick up a knife and just do some stupid shit, or to literally. You know, it's one thing telling your story, but then it's another thing like sort of glamorizing it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
That's why I
Yeah.
rate when Lowski was
Yeah.
calling out a lot of people saying like they're not about that life. As you said, they think it's real life. It's not. It's not
Yeah.
like that.
like Drae does have a part to play, because I remember like initially, like the stuff I was hearing, it made me very ignorant to drill. It made me very ignorant towards drill. Like, but I don't know, someone like Heady One, he's mild, but then I find him funny.
He is funny. I can't.
Yeah, I find him funny. But that's the thing. I don't listen to drill. I just listen to a pinch of it, because the majority of the thing is just too graphic and too strong.
I don't listen to that at all, man.
I feel like drill is trash.
For me, it just sounds all the same.
Yeah.
All the same drum pattern, same hi-hats, everything's the same topic. So I don't really mess with it. But in terms of whether it affects the youth, I'm kind of 50-50 on that.
Yeah,
It does, because like I said, music is very powerful, innit?
Indeed.
So even when you don't think it's affecting you, it's affecting you. Because when you listen to certain aggressive songs, it makes you feel like you want to go out and, I don't know,
Ride
do this.
out.
Yeah, ride out or whatever.
Yeah.
Music can literally drive you to do those things.
word.
But at the same time, you know, I also don't think. I think it depends on the person and how mentally strong you are.
Yes.
Because let's be honest, when I was young, yeah, like I said, I listened to Get Rich or Die Trying, graphic album, talks about gang shit a bit,
Right.
you know. As a youth, I don't feel like I got influence. I got influence to start writing, but
Yeah.
I never, in my songs, I never write about those kind of things. I just write about my life. And I never picked up a gun or a knife or anything
Yeah.
of that sort. I turned out fine. So it depends on how mentally strong you are. Because, you know, if you can listen to music and enjoy it without letting it influence you, then you're good to go.
Pretty much.
You know?
Like someone like me, especially at the age that I'm at, I'm a responsible person. If I want to go and listen to, I don't know, a song that just purely talks about crud or darkness or anything like dark or scary, I can do that. Obviously, there's some things I'm not going to sit well with,
Yeah.
but I have self-control. At the end of the day, I use my head. I know my left from my right. I know what's right, what's wrong. I'm not necessarily going to feel tempted to do stupidness.
Yeah.
And yeah, but music is really powerful. It really can influence heavily.
It is.
Yeah.
I feel like drill has lost its way in that, in a way. Like, so basically, for example, when it first came out, even though it was graphic, it was a way for people to sort of talk about their experiences in a different, innovative way. Even though it was a graphic way, that's the way it started off. And I feel like it's gone from people just talking about what they did to it being glorified, and you know. So yeah, that's why I feel like it's had an influence on young people, because like you said, for example, when you listen to 50 Cent, he was talking about gang shit, but he wasn't saying it in a way that glorified it in a way.
Exactly.
You
He
know
was
what I mean?
talking about his experience. And he was never in a gang anyway. He was just talking about, his experiences, like how he had to sell drugs and how he got shot, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Street
these
stuff.
man, it's like with Drae, they self-snitch on themselves.
That's another thing.
exactly.
That's another thing. It's like they sort of clearly incriminate themselves about what they've done,
Exactly.
but then I don't know.
I'm very 50-50 about
That's how
it,
you know
man.
that. That's how you know that there's a lot of people that do drill music that aren't really about what they say.
Word.
Mhm.
Because, like you said, with self snitching,
Yeah.
how are you able to say shit like that and no one bats an eyelid? Is you just go on as
Yeah.
you just continue and you just keep on making the same music.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So it's lies.
Yeah.
Because if it was true, it would have caught a case long time ago. You know what I mean?
True.
So, I don't want to. Not every drill artist is like that, obviously, but
Yeah.
there are some out there that are just literally just riding the wave. You know what I mean?
I just feel like history kind of repeats itself, because they said the same thing about gangster rap in the 90s when it first came out. They were like, the politicians were trying to shut it down. But if you look at it, and people were saying the same thing, it's just music, it's not doing anything. But if you look at it now, it's kind of accepted, and now it's drill's turn. So I feel like the same thing is going to happen. People are not going to stop doing drill. They're going to keep doing it. People are going to get influenced by it. Some people are not. It just depends on how strong the person is. But personally, I don't listen to drill at all. It's not my thing.
That's fair.
Too repetitive.
No.
But it's also not just drill music as well. Like you said earlier, we were talking about Cardi B and Megan and that. Oh yeah, sorry. You were gonna say-
Continue.
But yeah, obviously, yeah, their sort of music has an influence on young females.
100.
So it's not just drill music. It's them as well. And yeah,
Yeah, with regarding that, you have little girls that are growing up, yes, from the ages of, 3 to 5 or whatever, that look up to them. And the thing is, one can say it's just music. Cool. But the thing is, later on down the line, obviously that's a song that's going to get replayed by radio station over for a certain amount of time. And as time progresses, they're obviously going to get older. And that lyric or whatever or hook is going to recite in their head, and they're going to actually look up, what's my man talking about? Because growing up, like, I didn't catch lyrics like that. I didn't catch certain slangs until I listened, 10 years later, I listened to the song again to think, rah, so that's what my man was talking about. 10 years ago, I didn't know what a zoot was, or especially
semi-automatic.
like 3-5, like all these slang that they give, like weapons or drugs or whatever. But like, yeah, further on down the line, they'll think, rah, they'll actually realize, these men actually trying to poison man's mind.
That's actually so true. Like when you're younger, like you don't really deep the stuff. Like there's a song, I don't know if I think you know it. Like it's called "Make It Rain." I make it rain. I make
Fat
it
Joe.
rain.
Fat Joe.
I think so. Yeah, I make it rain.
yeah.
Back
Lil
then
Wayne,
I
Lil
was just
Wayne,
vibes
yeah.
into it, but now that I deep it, you actually realize what he's actually saying. I make it rain on them hoes. Like,
Yeah,
I didn't think that back then.
Yeah, it's true.
that's the thing. Because like you're innocent.
Stripper song. Fam.
Yeah, basically.
Make it rain.
Trust me. Speaking on Cardi B and Megan, like the type of lifestyle they're portraying is like some hoe shit. It's disgusting.
Exactly.
Like,
Like embracing it.
all in this life, all there is to this life is just showing out your pussy.
Do you
I
know?
don't even like saying that on
fucked
camera,
up.
but yeah, that's literally all it is. Like, there's much more meaningful things to talk about, but because they have to make money, but because the more shit you talk, the better it sells. sex
mad.
and it's crazy how sex sells.
And you know what's crazy? Yeah, they talk all that stuff and they like to disguise it as confidence. Yeah,
Or as
but
women empowerment.
if you look at Cardi B,
Yeah.
she done bare surgery on her face now. So where's the confidence?
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
That they like to always disguise it to make it acceptable. To say it's a confidence thing.
Yeah.
But you're really poisoning these little girls' minds. And
Even
I just have something against OnlyFans. Like, I just don't.
I've always been against that.
I'm just worried for the future generation. I sound like an old guy talking this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm only 24, but it's like
But it's true though.
I just can't. It's mad. Like it's prostitution, bro.
In a sense, yeah.
Is
At this young age, and you're trying to accept it. That's what's wrong with this society. We are trying to make everything acceptable to the point where there's no shame anymore in anything.
Word.
There's no shame. Everything is acceptable. So, we're doing it. Like, where's the shame at? Where does that come in?
That's
We need the
just-
balance.
It's out the
That's
window,
a
bro.
scary thought when you say it like that.
Yeah, because what if think about your kids later on in 20 years, whatever, things are going to be even worse than they are now. And you're going to have to raise your children in that environment, in that society.
Yeah.
So,
you know, so stupid. Sorry.
no,
There's a video of Cardi B on Instagram, and like she's playing her music in the background, and then you can see a child walking in, and then she turns it off.
Yeah.
Like,
Well then.
so do you want a medal for that?
that's what I'm saying. Like, she's saying all this stuff to like the public and that, getting out there, but when it comes to her own child,
Yeah.
like she's turning off. She's
Like,
that's
your
a
kids can
hypocrite.
get fucked up, but mine can't.
Yeah.
But you know
Hypocrite.
what? That also tells you that she knows.
Of course
her
she
music-
knows.
Yeah.
And they both know.
They both
They
know.
both know
They
what
bo-
it's
everyone
doing, man.
know.
They just care about the peas, man.
Mm.
They know that, I just need to make money. That's
Mm.
what I care about.
I personally couldn't do that. If they had any ounce of moral in them, they would find their way out of that contract and be like, you know what, I'm not releasing this kind of music anymore or whatever. Like, just switch up your style.
That's
Even if the
right.
money doesn't come in as much as you want it to, morals comes first, man.
Yeah,
Safety
but that's where
first, bro.
contracts become involved and shit, and then
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
you know.
But you can buy your way out of contracts. It's expensive as hell, but I reckon Cardi B could if she wanted to. She has money, bro. But I don't think she's doing that because the money's keeping her comfortable or whatever, and she'll lose fans, whatnot.
Yeah.
But I'm ready to give, as an artist, I would give all of that up if I make music that's empowering and that's the music that I want to make.
Yeah.
Because music has to be a positive thing, man. It can't
Trust
be
me,
that.
man. Because man are like suffering. There are people suffering in this world already, man.
Yeah.
Sorry,
You,
I'm sorry. You was
yeah, you
gonna
just
continue,
don't
man.
like. You don't want to be pushing such content that's just meaningless, false, and just
And-
trash.
Not like, just to make that clear, I'm not totally against that kind of stuff because, like I said, I listen to some of those songs.
Yeah,
But
that's fair.
it's
Yeah, same
the
here.
effect it has on the youth. That's what worries me.
Yeah,
Because I know I'm calm. I can listen to any song I want and
Yeah.
not get affected by it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's like something is in the air with these youths. Like they just makes them stupid or something. I don't know what it is.
I
bro.
think
Like,
it's just a thing of human gratification. They just instantly want that gratification. So, example, sex.
mhm.
Obviously, humans are sexual creatures, so like they're easily, or in anything. It doesn't necessarily even have to be sex. I don't know. It can be in drugs or whatever. They just want that gratification. So yeah, that's what they'll sort of feed themselves.
I was just gonna say, like, going back to drill music, that I can appreciate drill artists that try to be diverse. Cause you were saying before, like, it all sounds the same,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But you get the few ones, like you said, Heady One. I feel like he's sort of moved
Yeah.
past that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't really consider him a drill artist anymore.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Another one I said before is Unknown T,
yeah,
that he tries to sound, even though it's drill, it's got a diverse sound to it.
yeah. He has his own. He has his own style as well.
Exactly. So I can appreciate that, you know. But at the end of the day, in terms of drill as a whole, the way that it glorifies, essentially killing people, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a scary thought because, like you said, nowadays it's like everything is acceptable. Everything's becoming acceptable.
Yeah.
So we're saying killing people is acceptable,
Yeah,
because people are just listening to songs about people killing people,
yeah,
and it's like, yo, this is cold.
yeah.
That's fucked up.
It's
true.
It is. But on the flip, sorry, just to wrap up, like on the flip side, there is a good influence on music, man. That's why someone like me, I listen to Bugsy Malone. Like, because the type of it's not a vibe in his lyrics. Like he encourages me to work hard, to really hustle.
That's the same with me and Meek Mill. That's what I like.
Skeps, like all these guys that I listen to, like these proper, like, I won't say conscious, but like these proper rappers that I listen to, they encourage me to work hard and actually achieve anything I want.
Motivational.
They proper motivate me to work hard and actually be the best.
Yeah, music can have a positive effect. Like,
trust me,
for example, for me, even gospel music, that takes you to a whole different dimension.
Gospel music is
powerful.
still,
it makes you want to,
really brings you close to God and stuff, and really it empowers you.
That's what I'm saying. Music is a beautiful thing, depending on what genre it is.
So that's today's episode of Eccentric Minds podcast on music. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for the next episode. Subscribe, like, comment, feel free, and please share.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Peace.